Okay, hello everybody. This is a quick video that I'm going to make. Not really quick, but today today's video is going to be completely different than what I've always done with albums and stuff like that. So today I'm going to be talking about, since I got my iPhone here. Okay, so let me just lower it down a little bit. I got my iPhone here, so you guys get to see it. I got my iPhone, so there it is. So let me go on. Let me go to, okay. So today I am going to be talking a little bit about this new thing that I recently got. Okay, so there's the album Kamikaze from Eminem that recently came out on August 31st, I believe, 31st. Okay, I think it was 31st. And he had many lines dissing all kinds of artists, but just recently, in one of the songs called, in one of the songs, Eminem disses MGK, as everybody already knows. So this is based upon all of the stuff that Eminem said about MGK. He started dissing MGK and so on. But what you don't know is that MGK is the first one to get on Eminem's butt and said this. He's the one that tweeted about Eminem's daughter. So you'll see the tweet. And the tweet goes like this. You'll see it on the screen. Okay, so first off, MGK tweets about Eminem's daughter in 2012. And about Haley Mathers. So here goes the tweet. You'll see it on the screen. Okay, so I just saw a picture of Eminem's daughter, and I have to say, she is hot as F-U-C-K. You'll see the tweet. So I'm not going to say the word because I'm not that type of person to start cussing anyways. In the most respectful way possible, because Eminem is king. So there it is. There is your tweet. You'll see it on the screen. Then, here we go. Eminem responds to MGK in 2018. 6 years later. With the song Not Alike featuring Royce the 5'9", as you guys have already heard. That song. So, this is the line, and you'll see it again on the screen. Here goes. This is a line that mainly I think this is the whole thing, but I'm not sure if you're gonna see the whole thing. But here goes. The first part is so the first line, or the couple of lines I'm going to read for you that diss MGK are, okay, you say you're affiliated with murderers, killers. Then he has a parentheses, A, the people you run with are thuggin'. And then he puts again in parentheses, gang. But you're just a wannabe gunna gang. Parentheses again, gang. Like you was gonna do something. Acting like you catching bodies. Again, parentheses, A. And you got juice, lil youngin'. You're buggin'. You ain't never even been charged in connection with battery, bitch. Okay, so I'm letting that one slide. You ain't plugged in to nothing. Rap god, spit lyrical bullets. Again, parentheses, boom. And gats cock. Your partner better tool up. This has nothing to do with muscular. But I have guns for sure. Or I don't know if it's this has nothing. You'll see it on the screen though. We won't know if it's on the screen or not. So let's continue. So it says, okay, so let's go back with, okay, so we're back with, it has not to do with muscular, but have guns for sure. You better pull up, strap on. In other words, if you're a gunner, roll up with your parentheses gang. Your gun You're gonna need an arsenal because this bar is over your head. So you better have arms if you're gonna pull up, and then parentheses skirt, like 2 Chainz and everybody else that does skirt, whatever. I don't know how to do it. Oh, you run the streets, huh? Now you wanna come the F with me, huh? This little cocksucker he must be feeling himself. He wants to keep up his tough demeanor. So he does a feature, decides to team up with Nina, which he's talking about Tech Nina, if you don't know that. But next time, you don't gotta use Tech 9 if you wanna come at me with a submachine gun, and I'm talking to you. But you already know who the F you are, Kelly. I don't use sublims. And sure as F, don't sneak this. But keep commenting on my daughter, Haley. I keep on telling mothers, and then bitches, the B word. In case you forgot, really. I need jaw memories. Jaw like strawberry or pineapple apricot jelly. I respond rarely, but this time Shady about to sound off like a effing cocked semi-glock demigod. Let me put a silencer on this little non-threatening blonde fairy. Okay, so we go with blonde fairy. Cornball taking shots at me. You're not ready, fool. Break yourself like Rocksteady crew. Obviously, I'm not getting through. We can get it poppin' like Redenbach. Letting off like Remy Ma. Heavy artillery. Gotta deal with a hard shell. With a mother heart bigger than Bizarre's belly. Only time you'll ever say I lost, you'll be talking about Fetty Wap. Better call Diddy. Just to try to get me off. And you better hope I don't call trick bitch. This shit don't fly in our city. Okay, so there it goes. That's the response that he gave to MGK for him talking about about Eminem's daughters or something like that. Something that happened 2012. And then MGK comes back and says, you made a surprise album because he came out with the song MGK Rap Devil, the Eminem diss, which he says, it took you 8 years, I don't know, 6 to 8 years, I'll say, that it took him all that time just to make a surprise album dissing MGK. And then all of this thing that MGK talks about is mostly about, it's mostly about him talking about, oh, I like you, Eminem. You're the rap god. You're this and that. Like, how are you gonna diss someone and continue to push that level of saying, oh, you're the best, you're this, you're better than me, or something like that. And then when he's doing that, I feel that is kind of dumb. Like, why, if you're gonna diss someone, why are you gonna compliment them and say, rap god, king of rap, you're this and that? But the lines that do really hit me, that I'll say, is when he says, it took you 6 to 8 years. I'm saying 6 to 8 years. I don't remember if it's 6 or 8 years. 6 to 8 years to make a surprise album and diss me? Come on now. You could have addressed that for me. You could have addressed that earlier, which is something that I feel that is insane. So let's go on with the next one. So after that, there is a line here that says, so here are my couple of best lines of MGK in this diss song. Only 3 I could make it because I'm not going to be quoting the whole song, which the song is insane. I'm not going to lie about that. Even though I guarantee that if Eminem responds to this thing's going to be insane. I guarantee Eminem will respond because he won't let MGK make a fool of him with Haley and Kim. But I don't think he really cares about Kim no more. Because if you paid attention to all his songs, he used to say, I want to throw Kim in the back of the car and throw her in the ocean. Or that one song, Kim, where he's screaming like, what is wrong with you, Kim? You're making me crazy. You think I'm out of my mind or whatever. That's insane though. So here are my couple of lines that made it to the song, which I did not really like his auto-tune. His auto-tune just really screwed up for me, which is sad for me that I had to hear auto-tune, because if you're gonna be dissing somebody, please don't use auto-tune. That's dumb. Like, I know you're killing, I mean, you're murdering Eminem with your stuff, like your facts and all of this. And this song came out on Labor Day, if you didn't pay attention. It came out on World Star Hip Hop, MGK Rap Devil, the Eminem diss. It came out on, like I said, on World Star, the channel World Star Hip Hop, and he did a video with it, which he just had pants on, I think, a shovel, and tatted up with I think a plate of cereal, and all he did was "I'll bury you" and all of this. So here are my couple of lines that I give to you guys. Is okay. So here in the lines that I will be giving you, which will be again on the screen. So it says, "I think my dad's gone crazy. Yeah, Haley, you're right." So I didn't get to pull up the whole line, but I got to pull up a couple of lines there. So there was a song that he had with Dr. Dre, I think, and it was like when Haley was like a little child, a young child, like I'll say like 6, 7 years old, I would say. Okay, let's just say 5 to 7 years old, where Eminem was like making a song of, "I think my dad's gone crazy," and I think that was with Dr. Dre back in 2000, I think, or 2003. I'm not sure. If you guys know the name of the song, please let me know, because at the moment I didn't really I didn't really check up the song, but I heard that song before, where it's like, I think it was in the Eminem show where he came up with that song. "I think my dad's crazy." So that's a line that he used against, he used his own song against Eminem, which is insane. I gotta give him that. Props, MGK, but don't forget that Eminem's coming back to haunt you. So let me first give you a little rundown of Eminem's beefs. Eminem has beefed with ICP. These are the couple of people I am giving you. Not going to say 100% of all the artists that ever had beef with Eminem. Eminem had beef with Benzino, ICP, Everlast, Cannabis. Let's see, who else did he have beef? I'm just trying to give you 5. The last beef that I'm going to mention is that he had beef with Ja Rule. Ja Rule. Look, where's Ja Rule now? Like, where is he lyrically? Where is he? In fact, where's his music? I don't even get to hear him anymore. Like, what happened to him? I gotta be honest. What happened to you? What happened to you, bro? Ja Rule, where are you? Like, where's? I know where DJ. What was it? DJ Lethal? I think DJ Lethal is still around. DJ Lethal, which he's worked with very good people. Even though Eminem supposedly, and I'll give you like this, supposedly burned his career. Like Eminem, he did not burn his career, but let's go on. So the next line is, "Let's leave all the beefing to 50 Cent. Please, you're pushing 50. Oh man." Which Eminem has had beef with many people also. I think he also had beef with The Game. That's one artist I can mention right off the bat. I think 50 and Game had beef. Which at the same time, I think The Game also had beef with Raz Kaz, but that's not the point here. The point is that 50 had beef with, I think, Ja Rule also. But because MGK thinks 50 Cent is better than Eminem because he's African American, and he says he's from New York and he can diss people like with all his words. I diss this and I diss that. And I give you credit, because 50 Cent, yes, he's had beef with people and he's actually held himself. But holding himself against The Game, I think 50 is a clear winner against The Game. The reason that 50 is a clear winner against The Game is because The Game loves to name drop. If he's gonna rhyme or diss someone, he's gonna say, "Oh, you're you're like Kanye West, you're like Migos, you're like this, and he likes to name drop in every one of his songs. There's no song out there that he's never name dropped an artist. So, yeah, you can understand that Eminem is 46, pushing already to 50, and that's where MGK used that line against him, like, "Yo, what are you doing? You're 50 years old, bro, or you're heading to 50 years old. So why are you gonna be dissing a brother like that? Why are you gonna be dissing people like that, bro?" And that's where I got it. So there's that line right there. And the last line I would like to leave you with is that if I keep moving the cameras because I don't really like the way it is. So when I'm pushing this last line, here we go. I will. Okay, so as I've always said, you will see the lines appear on the screen. So I wish you would lose yourself on the record you made a decade ago. They were better. So what MGK is saying is that there are albums out there from a decade ago, which I'm not going to mention, because if I start mentioning albums, then people will say, "You're crazy. You like this song, you don't like that song. You like that album, and you don't like this album." Okay, so I'm not here going to mention albums, because if I mention one album, then you guys are going to be crazy and say, "No, look, you're crazy. Why do you like that album? Bro, what's wrong with you?" No, some of the albums were amazing. I mean, most of the albums he had were amazing. I don't care what you guys have to say anyway. So if some of the albums you did not like of Eminem from a decade ago, then I'm sorry, but this is just my opinion. So here we go again. So you're going to see it again. So the last line once again is, "I wish you would lose yourself on the record you made a decade ago. They were better." Because yes, Eminem, that is correct from MGK. I'm not saying he is incorrect with that line. MGK is saying that Eminem was better before. His style was different. But Eminem always, I mean not always, but he's saying it right now in 2018. He's saying, "Bro, if you want me to rap my old self, then I should just give up, because what's the point of me trying to become better as a rapper if I'm going to if I'm going to rap the same bull again?" It's like artists, many artists. Look, let me be honest. There are artists out there like Snoop Dogg, like The Game, like 50 Cent, I don't know, Kendrick Lamar, Kanye West, and I'm sorry that I coughed. But look, the reason that I say these artists is because they started with their own rap style, and then they've progressed to become better, or to become different, or to explore different genre of beat making in order to make this happen, because it's insane. I'm not hating I'm not hating these artists because they grew up and they're not doing their old stuff, but some of these artists, they grew up to make better music, and then some of these artists made music that was unbearable, and I couldn't even stick with anything. So that's my line right there, where I feel that there are artists that, yes, they've grown and show their potential, and there's artists that have sucked and made it worse. But let me give you, I'm gonna have to say it once and for all. There are artists out there like Kanye West that have grown to become better, but when they freestyle, their stuff is bad. The same thing went with Tyler the Creator. Like, some people say, "Oh yeah, his music is great. His music has always been great." And some people say his music has been bad. What kind of music are you making, bro? And then they've made worse music, and even their freestyles are bad. So let's see. In a couple of days after I put this video up, let's see what Eminem does, because this is my thoughts on this. My thoughts is that Eminem's Kamikaze was insane. This album was great, and I don't care what you guys say about me not liking Eminem. The reason that I like Eminem is because, not because he's white and he has to represent hip hop or something. No, Eminem is not the best for me as an artist, and I'm not I could name drop every single artist in my mind that I could say can bury Eminem in a rap battle or in a freestyle or in a rap song. But that's not the point of this. The point is for me to say that Eminem, he really took aim at people that he needed to take aim. But at the same time, yes, MGK, you're correct. Why is it that Eminem took forever to try to make a diss song against everybody, against the whole industry, and against the president, and against everybody? What took you so long? Like, bro, you've been, that tweet from MGK was in 2012, and you're in 2018. That's like 6 years just to respond. Come on now, haven't you grown up, Eminem? But at the same time, I felt like, yes, him dissing everybody, he did that kind of like last year, which people did not like, and I'm not the type of person to turn Eminem down. But there are songs that I will not mention, and you guys will have to figure it out yourself when I ever review an album of Eminem or something. If I ever go back to a classic album and review them, I will be honest and tell you that yes, Eminem has some songs out there that I don't like, and the whole industry and the whole audience and the whole lots of people say, oh yeah, I love that song. I don't necessarily like that song, and you people will like it. So Eminem, please continue to make more music. Please don't let, please, if you ever see this, I guarantee you won't even care. But like he said in his song this year, not sure if it was this year or last year, but whenever that album came out, that Revival, and he did the remix, he said a bunch of people on YouTube just like to sit down and do a little reaction and try to criticize Eminem for everything he has. So he came back, so he spoke on all of this again. So I'm hoping that you do not let MGK get away with this, because even though MGK kind of dissed you and kind of saved himself from dissing you, he deserves to get murked. I guarantee that you will murder him. But please, Eminem, audience, whoever gets to see this, please hope that Eminem doesn't come out with some weird beat that's going to supposedly murder MGK. Like, I guarantee Drake is not going to respond. Lil Yachty is definitely not going to respond. Like, how is he going to ever beef with Eminem? Lil Yachty is not that great against Eminem, but I guarantee you, people will still criticize Eminem and say, look, you still suck, you still this, you're still bad. I don't care. I'm me. I'm a human. I get to say, I like Eminem as a whole, even though he's not my greatest artist, and I won't go outside to the street and listen to Eminem in the streets and go, yeah, Eminem, I love that white boy. No, I like him. I like his music and all, but doesn't mean I love everything he does, and I agree with everything he does, and I love everything he does and all that. So like that, I wonder what Eminem is going to do against MGK, and I guarantee that MGK is going to get murked by Eminem if he does it. I don't know what surprise Eminem has in his bag, but I guarantee he's going to respond. But there's artists like Cannabis. I'm going to be saying this from my heart. Eminem has times where he doesn't respond, even though they diss him. He never responds, and that's the bad part. That Eminem never responds to some artists that ever diss him, and I've always felt like, Eminem, what is wrong with you? You don't respond. You just let it go. So, just one last thing before I let you guys go. Eminem, I don't like you rapping very fast, because if you rap very fast, yeah, you have the skill to rap fast, but people won't understand your lyrics. And sometimes on Genius or on the lyrics pages online, people don't put the lyrics like they're supposed to be. They're not exactly like what you're saying on the lyrics or on your songs. And also, people guess on what you're talking about, even though they don't know what the heck you're talking about. They just guess, oh yeah, he said this, he said that, which in reality you never said. So I'm still rooting for Eminem because I want to see what Eminem has to say against MGK, and I want to see what MGK has to say about Eminem. So I'm really on both sides. I'm not choosing a side. I just want to see this beef, see what's going on, see how great he goes against MGK and how MGK disses him again, because this is going to be insane if he does it, because MGK is really putting his style out there. Even though I've heard MGK before, and I've never been a fan of MGK, but this one really intrigued me into into hearing what Eminem has to say against MGK, and then the same thing MGK. So, as always, we've come to the end. So as always, you'll catch me on the next video.